Okay. Um, Again, thanks everyone for joining us today for this installment of the Voluntary Benefits Shop's bi-weekly broker webinar series. My name is Mike Walker. I'm the president of the Voluntary Benefits Shop. Today we have Sarah going to talk to us about pet insurance, and she'll do a great job for you guys. We do a lot of business through her organization, and she just does a tremendous job of being responsive and getting everything set up and making it super simple. So I'm excited to have her on here to talk to you today. Before we jump into that, Sarah, could you just advance one slide for me? Again, most of you know who the Voluntary Benefits Shop is, but we are your one-stop shop when it comes to voluntary benefits. Again, my name is Mike Walker. I'm the president. You have our contact information or my contact information here, as well as our website. Any of your voluntary benefits needs, please feel free to reach out to us, and we can help you navigate the carriers, help with the due diligence, help with the benefits communication and enrollment. Again, that's what we're here for, and that's what we do every day. With that said, I'm going to now turn it over to Sarah Falk and let her tell you all about their outstanding products. Before you do that, Sarah, go ahead and advance one slide for me. But before you jump on, guys, I do want to say that we lean on Sarah a lot. Like when we have a opportunity come in for pet insurance, she's kind of our go-to person. We go to her, and really it's because she's tremendously responsive. She makes things very simple. She does a great job of, helping our broker partners and having things set up. She's there if you need help with client communications and all those types of things. So beyond just the fact that their programs are great, she's great from a perspective of just being really responsive and being a great resource for us. So I'm sure that she would be the same for you. So with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Sarah, and I'll let you kind of run the show.
Thank you so much, Mike, for the very generous introduction, and Chelsea for coordinating this call today. Hi, everyone. I am Sarah Falk with Pet Benefit Solutions. I handle new business and I oversee implementations. I'm going to be presenting our products to you today. And of course, I will introduce you to my dog here, Trouble. This is my lab and pit mix. He is 10 years old now, and the reason I introduce him is because he is enrolled in the 2 plans that we offer, and I have some great examples to share today. Pet Benefit Solutions is one of the competitive programs that you will find in the employee benefit space. And we have seen a huge uptick in requests for proposals for groups of all sizes. Employers are now seeking coverage for their employees so that they can have products that are very relevant for today. Employees have been adopting and rescuing pets now more than ever, and they're looking for ways to save on their pet care needs. So they're turning to their employers for that. And it's a great way for brokers to show their groups that they are right on par with the industry trends. And it's also a great way for brokers to generate new business by coming to potential clients with a product that they don't already have and starting out with something like the pet plan and possibly pursuing more of their products. And that's been a feedback I've been getting from brokers. We work with all group sizes, starting from 25 employees and above. There's no minimum participation requirement. We have 2 wonderful products that you can offer to your clients. And the client can decide if they want to go with both plans or just choose one of the 2 products. If they go with both plans, it will allow for their employees to then make a decision on what works best for them. Some employees can choose to enroll in both plans for their one pet, or choose one plan for one pet and the other plan for their other pet. So this kind of allows for that flexibility. But if you are gravitated to just one of the plans and that's the only one you want to present on the proposals, just let me know, and that's fine too. So we're going to go through a little bit about what the plan looks like as far as how it's built in the enrollment flow for employees and what the plan itself covers, what the implementation would look like. So starting with the total pet plan here on the left side, you can see here the rates are static. These are $11.75 for one pet or $18.50 for the family plan. So it's set pricing. The rates do not vary based on age of the pet, breed, or zip code, or the employee information. These are the same rates across the board for all employees. Typically, this plan is built on the group's admin, whether it's ADP, Navigator, Ease. It can really be set up on any Ben admin due to the simplicity of the plan. If the group doesn't have an enrollment platform, we can provide a paper form, or if they use a universal form, they can simply add this product to their form to collect those enrollments. We just need to know the employee's name and basic info and which plan they elected, whether single pet or family plan. The total pet plan is payroll deduct only. We don't have a direct bill option for total pet. Now, Wishbone, this is true insurance. This will cover specifically dogs and cats. It's comprehensive coverage, and I'm going to get into the details of that. But for an employee to enroll in Wishbone, they do need to get a quote, and that's based on the age, breed, and zip code of their pet. So we create a custom landing page link for each group so they can share that with employees, and employees can then get their quote on our site and proceed to enroll in our site. Now, at that point, typically groups are set up with direct bill for Wishbone, which means employees provide their credit card information on our site, and we bill them monthly. For groups with over 500 lives, we do have a payroll deduct option. We don't recommend payroll deduction because the rates not only vary, it can change over time, so it does require a little bit of administrative work. And HR staff sometimes, they prefer not to do this. But if they did want to go that route, we would then send the group weekly deduction reports so they know who enrolled on our site, they know what those premiums are, they know if there's any premium changes, and they can update their payroll system accordingly. So the total pet plan, it is a bundle of 4 products: Pet Plus, Pet Assure, Ask Vet, and the Pet Tag. So we put these plans together and offer it to employees as a package. When they enroll, they can use all 4 or maybe just utilize 1 or 2 or 3 out of the 4 plans. They'll save significantly regardless if they end up using all of these products here or not. The plans cover very different type of items. So we're going to go through that. Let's start with Pet Plus. So Pet Plus provides wholesale pricing or up to 40% off on prescription medications, anything like antibiotics, anxiety meds, insulin for a diabetic pet, preventative meds like flea, tick, heartworm medications, dietary food, or even just regular food, treats, and more. So when the employee enrolls, they get a welcome email and a welcome kit in the mail with instructions on how to use the plan. And they're advised for Pet Plus to set up their online account so they can place orders and have those items shipped to them. It's always free shipping, even if it's a heavy bag of food. Now, if they need a medication same day, they can go to any Caremark pharmacy with the prescription that they got from their vet, and they can have it filled at the pharmacy same day. They'll get charged through their Pet Plus account at a wholesale price for that medication. So as long as it's a human med, they can go to Walgreens, Rite Aid, CVS, any of the 60,000 plus Caremark pharmacies. They go to the pharmacy section of the store just like they would for a human medication. This is something that it covers dogs and cats specifically, including pets with pre-existing conditions. Now, for Pet Plus, they don't need a network vet in order to get these prescriptions filled. They can go to any veterinarian and simply take the script and have it filled through Pet Plus versus having the prescription filled at the vet office. So, for example, Trouble needed doxycycline. That was something that the vet wanted to prescribe and have filled at their office. But instead of doing that and paying their cost of $64.80 for the doxycycline, I had it filled through Pet Plus and paid $14.33 for the same exact item. Now, I save continuously with Pet Plus and all troubles. He has allergies and any medications he needs. This is something that I use on a daily for both preventative and for illness medications. The next product in the bundle, PetAssure. So this is a veterinary discount plan, and this provides members with a 25% discount on all in-house medical services. So anything done at the vet, whether it's routine vaccines, surgery, cancer treatment, tumor removal, so it's anything accident, illness, wellness, there's no restriction on the type of visit. This will cover any type of animal, including horses, ferrets, guinea pigs, and that is exactly what makes the total pet plan and the PetAssure plan so unique, is that not only it covers pre-existing conditions, but it covers all type of pets, whereas traditional pet insurance, like our Wishbone plan or any other insurance plan that you might be familiar with, insurance will never cover pre-existing conditions and is typically limited to dogs and cats. Now, for PetAssure, employees do need to visit a network veterinarian. We have vets all across the US. This is a national coverage, and employees will receive this link where they can locate a network vet near them. Now, we don't stress on the network specifically for the reason that the total pet plan has 4 products and only one of the 4 products requires a network vet. So even if an employee decides that they don't want to go to the network vet, they can still enroll in this plan and save with the other 3 products. So here, for example, Trouble needed to visit the vet. I went to Ramtown Animal Hospital in Howell, New Jersey. They're part of the network. I simply presented my ID card and instantly saved 25%. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Trouble is enrolled in both plans, the Total Pet and Wishbone. And the reason you're seeing that I had the Total Pet plan cover this vet visit and not Wishbone is because anything that doesn't meet my insurance, my Wishbone insurance deductible, I don't save with the Wishbone plan. So this is where I save. Or for example, if it is pre-existing condition related or wellness, I didn't purchase the wellness rider with Wishbone. So anything wellness related, for those reasons, I do use both products. The next 2 plans in the bundle, the Ask Vet and the Pet Tag, they're both included in Wishbone as perks. So I'm just giving you the heads up so we don't need to review it when we get to Wishbone. So Ask Vet 24/7, you can chat with a licensed veterinarian. Now, they don't prescribe via chat, but they help answer medical and behavioral questions. I've used them twice. Trouble has gone through an entire box of chocolate glazed donut holes, and then more recently he's gone through some grapes. They're both really toxic for dogs. And Ask Vet was able to, in the first scenario, they just, based on the ingredients and measurements and his weight, they advised that it's just safe to keep an eye on him, which is what I did, and he was fine. But for the grapes, they gave me instructions on how to induce vomiting, and that really helped save a lot of time and money from visiting a vet. Now, employers love this because they see this as a way to get the employees' needs met without them having to leave work for vet visits. The Pet Tag. So this lost pet recovery service, it's a product and a service. It provides coverage for lost pets. The way this works, any pet registered in the Total Pet plan will receive this ID tag. And the tag has our phone number on there and a QR code. It's a 24/7 hotline. The QR code is scannable. So if somebody finds a lost pet with this tag, they can either call the number day or night or scan the code, and it will link to the member's emergency contact section of their profile. Now, the reason this is so helpful is that, although many pets are microchipped, you do need special equipment to read microchip information. So if somebody finds a pet at midnight or on a weekend, it can be very hard to find someone to read that microchip info. You would need to go to a shelter or a vet clinic, and that can delay the process of reuniting a lost pet. Having this and being able to reach out to multiple emergency contacts on file has been really successful. We've reunited over 8,000 pets in the last year with this pet tag. So the Total Pet plan is very easy to use. There are no claim forms, there's no waiting periods, there's no waiting for reimbursements, there are no exclusions on the type of the health of the pet or type of the pet. This will cover any type of condition, and it's real-time savings. You save as you go. Now, the rates you're seeing here, these are monthly rates. When a group lists this as per pay, employees barely feel this coming out of their paycheck, yet they're saving significantly. Wishbone. So Wishbone is traditional pet insurance. This is where employees will provide or receive the most comprehensive coverage for accident and illnesses. Wellness is available as a rider. So they need the base plan in order to get the wellness rider. The base plan will cover any exam fees, specialty, emergency, RX, anything related to that accident illness. And this covers dogs and cats from the age of 7 weeks and older. There's no upper age restrictions. It's guaranteed issued and guaranteed renewal, which means we don't need the pet history prior to them enrolling. We're not going to deny claim. We're not going to deny coverage for pets in poor condition. The only thing that will not be covered is the pre-existing conditions, but anything else that's not related to pre-acts will be covered, and that's why it is guaranteed issued. And as far as guaranteed renewal, even if the pet has a lot of medical issues and continuing the pet owner is submitting claim after claim, they'll continue to get renewed. The rates do not depend on the condition of the pet, but rather age, breed, and zip code. And when the employee gets that quote on our site, on the custom landing page link that we create for them, they're receiving a 5% group discount rate with an additional 5% discount if they enroll 2+ pets. Now, the average premium is around $30, $35, but this is a national average. So if somebody's living out in California and they have, a purebred 10-year-old dog, that's going to cost them a lot more than somebody living in New Jersey, for example, with a little puppy and a mixed breed. So again, that's a national average premium. The employee, they have 30 days to enroll and change their mind. It's a free look period. So if that happens, they can get reimbursed for those 30 days if they haven't submitted a claim in that time.
Hey, Sarah, I saw one question come in on the chat. Sandy wanted to know what the network looks like in Maryland, how big the network is in Maryland.
So that's a great question. Do you happen to have a zip code offhand?
I mean, I can give you my zip code, which is in Maryland.
Go ahead.
Which is 21078 is my zip code.
Okay. So for example, this question only applies for Pedisher, right? Because the Wishbone and the other products in the total pet plan do not depend on a network vet. So this is specifically for the Pedisher portion of the total pet plan. So zip code 21078, Friendly Paws Vet Clinic. This would be someplace.
Yeah, that's close.
And they can provide the 25% discount.
And honestly, if you go back to that, like then I saw one in Cockeysville, I saw one in Kingsville, I saw one in Essex. Then you have one in Middletown, Delaware. That's not far. West Grove, PA. That's not far. So like some people on here will be from Baltimore. Cockeysville is in the Baltimore area. Kingsville is like on the Harford County, Baltimore County line. So, okay. If you scroll down, is there more listed there?
So you can click on load more. There's also a feature on our site that allows you to.
I saw one that had Baltimore too. There's Perryville. That's non-participating. I got you. There's Bel Air.
You can click on invite to Pedisher. And if we have their information, we'll pre-fill it. It notifies the vet that there is interest in them joining, and then we notify that employee if the vet decided to join.
Gotcha. Then if you go back, could you just go back for a second?
Sure.
To that, like I said. Okay, so there I see one in Baltimore. I see one in Owings Mills. Another one in Baltimore. Okay, that helps answer the question. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Please ask away. So the next slide for Wishbone provides a little bit more of the coverage details. So for accident and illness, 90% reimbursement with $25,000 in annual coverage and a $250 annual deductible. So the employee meets that $250 deductible, then they can start submitting claims up to 90% and have $25,000 annually for each pet. Now for Wishbone, there's no network required. They can visit any U.S. licensed veterinarian. They pay the bill in full and then they submit the claim for reimbursement. Now, as you can see here, there's a 3-day waiting period for accident and for illness. We do waive this if it's set up as payroll deduction. That's because if it's set up as direct bill, they enroll as of next day versus if it's set up as payroll deduction, it's first the following month. And the reason we have this short waiting period is just to make sure that they're not trying to get coverage for something that happened prior to their start date. And it's standard, and it falls off as soon as they hit this 3-day and 14-day mark. Now for cruciate ligament injuries, that's a 6-month waiting period. That's like an ACL tear. And we do have a really fast claim turnaround. It's 5 days. It's really important to have a fast claim turnaround simply because some of these vet bills are so high, employees don't necessarily have the funds to pay these high vet bills. They're dipping into savings or swiping a credit card, and they need that replenished ASAP. And then, as I mentioned, Ask Vet and the pet tag are included here as well as perks. And the next slide is going to talk about wellness. So whatever you're thinking here for Wishbone accident illness, that's let's say a $30, $35 premium. Now you're adding on to that for wellness. You have 2 options. I know like this slide looks like it has a lot of information, but it's quite simple. There are 2 options for you. The pedigree plan, you pay $14 a month, or the best in show, you pay $23. And then what you receive is very specific wellness coverage. These are the items that you get for wellness. These are the reimbursement amounts. These are the max annual reimbursements for each type of wellness visit. And it totals $305 with the pedigree. That's what you can get annually in refund. And for best in show, you're going to get back $535. And that's if you were to submit a claim for all these items listed here. Now, there are no waiting periods for the wellness, and there are no deductibles that apply here for the wellness. As soon as you add the wellness, you can take the pet to the veterinarian and then submit a claim for these amounts. For implementation, we provide everything you need in order to make this a simple and easy process. We typically see anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks implementation turnaround. We can do it as fast or as slow as you need. When it comes to EDI feeds, that can sometimes take a little bit longer. It wouldn't hold up an implementation. We can always start with manual files if needed. We provide a full suite of digital and hard copy marketing materials. We have a portal for HR staff, so they can, and that is something we can extend to the broker, the BOR, so they can see who's enrolled, download materials, see some invoices. Our groups all have a dedicated account manager that handles the day-to-day, so they have somebody to reach out to for assistance with any questions. We have a fully staffed customer care team to help employees with any questions, and a member portal to help the employee navigate and maximize the benefit. So for a proposal, if that is something that you're looking for, if you want to propose pet benefit solutions to your client, you could reach out to me with the group name, their address, their number of employees, their enrollment platform, if they have one, and their potential start date. And with that information, I can provide a formal proposal as well as some marketing materials. If the group is interested in moving forward with the plan, we have a new group setup form that we need you to fill out, and we ask you to provide a group logo, and so we can use that to co-brand some of the materials, and then we schedule an implementation call either with or without the client just to go over the enrollment and billing process with them. Now we do pay broker commissions for the total pet plan. You do not need to be PNC licensed. You can get 10% commissions ongoing on all money received. For Wishbone, you do need to be PNC licensed to get the commissions, not to sell the product, but to get commissions. That is 10% year 1 and 5% each subsequent year. Now, if you are not PNC licensed, you can get compensated for Wishbone, and it is $70 per employee application. Okay, so it's a one-time $70 payment that we remit to you for each application on Wishbone. All right, I'll pause here to see if there are any other questions.
We did have one additional question, Sarah. Sandy would like to know if there's a minimum size group.
Our minimum is 25 employees. Now, if you have a specific group that you're very close with, or for some reason, you feel like they're maybe going to grow and they're a little less than 25 employees, reach out to me, and whenever I can, I do make the exception. And again, there's no participation requirement.
Great, thank you, Sarah. That was the final question, Mike.
Okay, guys, while we'll hold on to see if there's any other questions, but I do want to just promote a couple of our upcoming webinars. On August the 4th, we're going to have a webinar that is going to review the 4 best life with long-term care carriers and options. I'll be conducting that webinar. So essentially what we'll be doing, everybody, is we'll be looking at the 4 main options out there for life with long-term care and kind of going through a pros and cons of each one so that you know which ones are good for which specific situations. That product is just, incredibly popular out there. And there are 4 main carriers, Trustmark, Transamerica, Chubb, and Allstate that participate with that product. And so we'll be reviewing those options on August the 4th. And then August the 18th, we'll have Trustmark on to discuss their product specifically for the long-term care, life with long-term care hybrid product. They actually have a new product out in most states. So that is that for that. So while I'm holding, is there any other questions for Sarah today? Hey, Sarah, I want to thank you so much. Again, you've been a great resource for my organization, so I appreciate you. And thanks for joining us today. I'm sure that everyone got some good info from it. I do want to just remind everyone that, hey, the Voluntary Benefit Shop, we're here to help you with all your voluntary benefit needs. My contact information is on here as well as our website. If you need, advice, feedback, a quote, a recommendation, whatever it is that you're looking for, reach out to us and we can help you. And thanks again. Sarah and Marissa's asking if they can have a copy of the slides. Marissa, yes, just connect with Chelsea and she can send you that.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much again for coordinating the call. Thank you all. I look forward to hearing from you and hopefully working with you on some new group implementations.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.